Greetings, ladies and gentlefish, and since my playthrough of the Deadpool computer game is done and dusted with, was looking around for something else to play, and actually low-key stumbled across this. It's called We Happy Few, developed by Compulsion Games, which is not a massive game developer. They're an itty-bitty little developer. And so I thought we'd give it a go because I saw the trailer for this game and thought it looked amazing. Tonally, like the feel of it, I don't know, it just from the trailer, it looks as if Don't Starve and Bioshock have been left in a room for a little bit too long, and this is the result, but we shall see. Now before I start, a couple of warnings, I guess. Firstly, standard warning, I suck at most video games, so don't be surprised if I die a lot, and also am terrible at this. Secondly, this game is very much in the survival horror genre, and in terms of ratings for it, don't be surprised. It doesn't actually, I don't believe, technically have an age rating yet, but I would expect it to be in the 16, 18 range, or for the, if you're American, mature. It looks like you may well have bad language and blood and all of that dodgy stuff, so if that's a problem for you, don't watch this. Also, it's me playing live, so I may well swear like a sailor, we shall see. And finally, they haven't actually finished developing this. This is an alpha game. It's not complete. It may well be that we play this and there are bugs. Okay? Just warning you. Certainly there are features that the developers want to have in the game but are not in it yet. I mean, this game was developed partly with funding from... name's gone out of my head. Some Canadian funding body. And also it was partly a Kickstarter project. All I know about it, before playing it, is that it is set in a post-World War II English fictional town, and everyone appears to be on happy pills. It's called We Happy Few. We shall see how that pans out. So, without any further ado, and with no more of me whittering on like an idiot, let's see what happens. No, let's not have permadeath on. Second wind puts the player in a dying state when their health reaches 0 instead of dying instantly. Yeah, let's have that on. Hang on. When permadeath is enabled, your character is gone forever if you die. Let's turn permadeath off, just for the sake of this, and see what happens. Interestingly, it defaults to permadeath being on. Anyway, we'll accept that. Plague will kill you sooner or later unless you treat it. Excellent. That's a good start, isn't it? We'll see how this goes. It seems, in feel, it has that kind of... Certain melee weapons allow you to perform charged attacks. Anyway, it has that kind of dry, sarcastic, rather dark humour to it. Happy is the country with no past. Okay. Redactor. Mrs. E.W. Bauer wins Garden Prize. Dig on for victory over communism. Is he making copy? Wait, if you redact something... Is he changing some newspaper stories or something? No swimming in the river. Britain shall overcome by your next war something today. Bond. Is this a Cold War setting? Did the Cold War get a little hot? Or, I don't know. Hastings Brothers wins Scrap Gathering Prize.
Oh, God. When life annoys, top up your joy. take my joy, shouldn't I?
Restoration machine. Okay, so I can either take the happy pills, or by the look of it, remember a potentially painful event. Huh. Let's... So, I know in this game you can choose the type of citizen you choose to be. And it's all procedurally generated. Let's kick off by taking the joy and see what happens. So let's take my happy pills. You have to hold down the button to do it.
Right. Happiness is a choice. Snug as a bug on a drug.
So are they going through and changing newspaper stories to make them seem a bit less grim? Compulsion Games team, and that's the credits. Really? So if at the beginning you choose to take the happy pills, that's it, game over. You've taken your happy pills. Congratulations, you conform with the rest of society and you live out the rest of your life drugged up to the eyeballs. And that's it. Roll credits. Okay. Okay. Let's try this again, shall we? I thought it might make my life easier. I wasn't expecting it to make my life that easy. Okay. Let's try this again. Happy is the country with no past. Is it going to be the same news stories? Yeah, it looks like it. Mrs. E.W. Bauer wins that garden prize, August 9th, 1945. That's approved because it's all happy things. So his job appears to be to change newspaper articles, as I mentioned, to be, well, happier. No swimming in the river today, Britain shall overcome.
Heavens, no.
So we're going to get rid of the no swimming in the river story because that implies bad things. Next one. I love the fact he's just whistling as he does this, or just singing to himself. Percival and Arthur Hastings were the surprise winners of the scrap drive. Arthur told the judges that his brother had a photographic memory. Oh, I can't read the rest of it. So it's Friday the 9th of October 1964. These are all news...
life for noise. Top up your joy.
Okay.
I should just take my joy, shouldn't I?
I can't reliably read that anymore. So, okay. Right, let's remember it then. This is clearly a painful memory for him.
Percy! Percy!
Did something go wrong? Two friends and employee of the year, Arthur
What have you
Hastings.
been up to? No one's seen you for hours.
Ah, nose to the grindstone, you know.
Then why haven't I heard a single whoosh through the door since 10 o'clock? Did you forget we're having Deirdre's birthday party?
Oh.
We've got a piñata.
Right. Brilliant. Of course.
Have you forgotten your joy?
Of course not. Snug as a bug on a drug.
Well, come on then, finish up.
Just have a few more pages. I know you're very busy.
Then don't take too long to finish.
Oh, that smile, my God.
The power cell's empty.
Well, what will you do?
I'll get a new one.
She popped the joy into her mouth and the grin on her face. It was like the creepiest of clown smiles. Restore no power. Okay, so I can sit down I'm up
I
and
haven't
about.
had breakfast or lunch, so I'm really looking forward to a slice of real cake.
Why don't you go and eat then? And what the hell are you wearing? It's like riding boots, suit trousers, a white collared shirt, red gloves, purple waistcoat and jacket with yellow or golden trim, red tie/cravat, a horrific face mask and a bowler hat. What the ever-loving
I love
crap.
what you've done with your office. It's so homey.
I love her get-up. It's amazing. Right, I need to I can't walk past her. How do I restore... Oh, okay, hang on. Power cell, pick up power cell. Ah, that's the power cell. Okay, cool. It's so homey. So the Wellington Wells, Imposterum cum Guardio. Imposterum. Ah, this is me desperately trying to go back to my years 8 and 9 Latin. Imposterium, I guess that's in like the past or something. I don't know what Guardio is. I'll look it up later.
It can't be this hard to finish up a day's work, can it?
Of course it can. Right, restore. Okay, sit down. Oh, look, I just want to put the... Take empty power cell. Place power cell. Restore.
There is now a curfew in effect at night.
Right, now I get to read it.
Any civilian on the streets between 6 at night and 6 in the morning without written authorization from the occupation authority will be shot immediately. Repeat. There is now a curfew in effect at night. Any civilian on the streets between 6 at night and 6 in the morning without written authorization from the occupation authority will be shot immediately.
So... So there's a curfew between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. So at night. And if you're seen out and about without prior permission from whoever, you are shot on sight. I lie. It's not as if Bioshock and Let's Starve were left in a room too long. There was George Orwell's 1984 in there as well, but we're not quite sure who the parents actually are. Right, so the story is, Hastings Brothers win Scrap Gathering Prize, June 4th, 1947. Percival and Arthur Hastings were the surprise winners of the scrap drive. Arthur told the judges that his brother has a photographic memory. Percy knew exactly where all the old cars and prams and things were in the Garden District. Percival himself rarely speaks to strangers, apparently. The scrap will be melted down to be used to support the war effort against the Soviet Union, which is by all reports going splendidly. So this is the Cold War gone hot then. The brothers brought in a record 1,654 pounds of scrap steel, winning them a £50 victory against communism bond. The second prize went to Alan Unwin, who brought in £315. So looking from that picture, I assume Percy is the taller of the brothers, and it looks like they're wearing some sort of school uniform or something, and presumably he died or something in order for you to be upset about it. So do I accept this document or censor it? Well, that's a good thing. Cocoa, absolutely pure, therefore best is good. Swift and strong, whatever that is. Build your victory against communism, bond, pure. It's all nice things, so let's accept the document.
They're brothers. I'll always look after you, you know that.
Now that I recall, you were a rubbish goalkeeper at school too, weren't you?
How does she know?
Well, I expect you in the conference room presently. Don't dawdle. You don't want to miss the piñata.
Why does she know about my school?
Wasn't Prudence supposed to be coming back today? I made her a welcome back card.
Right. General Byng clarifies registration procedure, May 4th, 1947. General Robert Byng, the municipal liaison to the Occupation Authority, appeared on Parade Street late last night to speak to a crowd of citizens urgently requesting clarification of the new child registration rule. As most Wellingtonians know by now, all children who will be under the age of 13 by July 22nd must be registered with the authority. General Byng clarified that the deadline for registration is next Thursday. He refused to speculate on the rationale for the registration regulation. I cannot illuminate the regulation any further because Colonel von Stauffenberg, I love the names, has not informed me of its purpose, stated the General. I imagine and hope that it has something to do with maintaining nutrition for our growing children in this time of scarcity, but the OA has not told me so explicitly. He reminded the crowd that the occupation has so far been extraordinarily orderly and peaceful, and that citizens' continued obedience to legal orders of the OA is crucial to maintaining goodwill with our visiting. Continued on page 15. If you're out of milk, give him Cheshire's Curiosity Cola. Have you used Piers soap? I mean, that seems like a positive article, but then something required clarifying. I'm going to censor that one, just for the sake of why not. Drug trials a qualified success, says Sir Robert. 3rd March 1952. I think this is basically giving you the background story. The first round of trials of a new anti-melancholic medication have been a qualified success, stated Dr. Alexander Gross, acting head of the Melancholia Studies Laboratory at the Royal Victoria Hospital. The drug reduced melancholic feelings in 28 out of 30 despondent rats over a 20-day period. Despondency can be induced in rats by repeatedly giving them electrical shocks. Despondent rats take up to twice as long to navigate a maze. After administration of the drug, previously despondent rats regained up to 50% of their navigation speed before administration of the shocks, stated Dr. Gross. The drug now has to be tested in human volunteers. Citizens who wish to apply as a potential volunteer, there is already a waiting list, can do so at the Royal Victoria, continued on page 13. So that's the drug, Joy, and this is 12 years ago. 3rd of March. It's my birthday. So that's the drug in question. Let's keep this. Let's keep this because it's a positive
Nothing wrong
thing.
with that one.
This is very Orwellian. It is called Wellington, that's true. Right, okay, so, restoration machine. So I haven't taken my Joy, because otherwise that just ends the game. Let's close the door behind me. City Hall. Arthur Hastings. Why would it be City Hall? Well, never mind.
Do you think the canister wonders what life's like outside the tube? Of course, he'd have to break the tube to get out. That would break it for everybody.
Internetwork. Let's go in here. Oh, the door's jammed. Well, that's sad. God damn it. Clive Birtwistle. I love these names.
Birtwistle. You're off at the party, aren't you?
Clive's office. Business letter. Law found Clive's office business journal. Okay. Dear Mr. Birtwistle, it is so thoughtful of you to suggest how best to rearrange the department. I am always grateful for suggestions from junior staff of how best to do my job as director. However, I am afraid that it would be destabilising to swap your office with that of Mr. Hastings. Fortunately, turnover in this department is high. If Prue doesn't return soon, I don't see why you couldn't have her office. In the meantime, I suggest you pop another Joy and you'll feel the sunshine on your face whether you have a window or not. All the best, Victoria Bing, Director. So that's interesting for a couple of reasons. One, because the level of passive-aggressive is over 9,000. And two, that's signed by Victoria Bing, who is the director of wherever it is we are. And that was the same name as the, was it General or Colonel, who was in the newspaper article earlier on. Bing spelt B-Y-N-G, or is it Bung, whatever. Up here in the top left I have some things, but I don't know about them. What's this? Okay. Oh, I have a map. Oh, there's a fog of war. Legend, encounter, point of interest, safe house. Okay. Healing balm. What? Survival. Ah, here we go. Here's the survival aspect coming through. Okay. Inventory. Oh my god. How fucking depressing is that? The image of your character is this thin, nervous-looking guy with a big nose glasses, short hair, in a suit, and it's all monochrome. Holy mother of God. I mean, look at it. It just screams depressed. Status effects, passive effects, proper suit, increased suspicion from wastrels. Wastrels? Oh, vitals. Health. Joy, I assume. Is that hunger, thirst, and sleep? So this is where the survival aspect of the game comes in. Okay. Sorry I'm labouring on this, but I find it kind of fascinating. This place is messy. Clive's office, anonymous letter. I found an anonymous letter in Clive's office. Here's what it says.
Little shit. He wants my view.
Dear Director Bung, one of your employees is a subversive and may even be a downer. I overheard him in the commissary telling a friend that he thinks that his job redacting old articles is silly and what's so scary about the truth. He is very tall and slim with black hair and brown eyes and glasses. I know I should have asked his name, but I am a naturally shy woman and something. Spying on me.
Well, let's see what Miss Bing thinks of your work now, Clive.
Right, let's make sure this is all dross. Farm workers... Farm workers expected to return from Germany, with the last harvest in and frost painting the valleys of Thüringen, Wellington Wells. 129 volunteer farm workers are expected to return home within the next 2 weeks, states Sir Robert Bung. Each highly paid and well-fed volunteer worker replaces one German soldier heroically fighting communism on the Eastern Front. Unemployed men of Wellington Wells who are interested in volunteering for work in Germany in the spring should contact Hauptmann Werner Erhardt at his office at Waterloo House. Let's censor that because it's positive and I want this guy to look bad. Taxi service restored on 3 wheels, June 7th, 1952. Wellington Wells once again has a taxi service. Bicycle taxi, that is. The enterprising young Nigel Hemmingford is now carrying paying passengers along Parade Street. He is also willing to take up to 2 customers at a time anywhere in Wellington Wells. Mr. Hemmingford, 17, built his taxi out of 2 bicycles with the assistance of his father, Edmund Hemmingford, known locally as the Wicker Man, for his mastery of the art of crafting wicker. The Wicker Man, really. The seating of Mr. Hemmingford the Younger's bicycle rickshaw, as he likes to call it, takes its inspiration, according to Mr. Hemmingford the Elder, from Roman racing chariots. Contrary to what you've seen in old movies, these had to be lightweight as possible, yet sturdy. Let's censor that one, because it sounds like a positive article. I know I'm spending a long time on this, but I find it fascinating, as I say. Kensington Meadows Best Club, the Mitja Nikish Dance Orchestra, English Girls Welcome. Wellington Under reopens. Thanks to the heroic efforts of Colonel von Stauffenberg's efficient mechanics, the Wellington Under will restore limited service. The following stations will be served from 1 hour after curfew ends to 1 hour before curfew begins. Waterloo, Minorca, City Hall, Trafalgar, Thermay, Victoria. Tickets are 1 shilling 6p for the aged. Details are available at the stations during operations. Let's censor the crap out of that, because that sounds positive. And I want him to look bad. How many more of these are there going to be? Okay. Let's stand up. Yoink. I'm taking your power cell, mate. Matey boy, old chum. So there's the map. Okay. It's very fog of war-y. Why is there purple gas? Prudence Holmes.
Whatever happened to you, Prudence?
Oh, so this is Prue. Welcome. I assume that was supposed to be welcome back. It's now come back. Ah. That's why there's that gas outside the door. Stuff's rotting in here. We happy few. And there's the logo for the game.
You're not coming back, are you, Prue? But where did you go?
My summer holiday. The St. Lawrence of Canada. Escape by boat to the land of natural wonders. Canadian Atlantic steamships. Welcome to Shell Beach. Wellington Wells Recreation and Hobbies Committee. Simon Says Team Tournament Grand Prize winner. Prudence Holmes. Wellington Wells Annual Double Dutch Competition. Winner Best Attitude. Nice. There's the logo again. Yeah, all's well that ends well, right? Well, maybe. That is nasty. That is also nasty. Full Joy pill bottle.
Are you off your joy, Prue? I mean, you too.
So, let's sit down and fiddle with the redactor. No power. Let's put the full one in from next door then. Look at that picture! We'll get onto that in a sec. Okay, Bolshevism against Europe gala a smash. Now the problem with doing her redactor, I guess, is that she's not here, and so people might wonder what the fuck's going on. But the flip side is, I'm curious what it says. Bolshevism against Europe gala a smash. The new and exciting exposition, Bolshevism Against Europe, had its sparkling gala at City Hall last night. 88 invited luminaries, including the new queen of the Wellington Wells stage, Jane Morris, as well as the members of the executive committee, and of course Sir Robert Bung and his eye-catching daughter Victoria, attended the glamorous function. The exhibition is now open to the public. Bolshevism Against Europe, mounted by the Wellington Wells Committee for Anti-Communist Action, uncovers the secret history of the Bolshevik movement before its takeover of Russia, the murder of the Tsar, and the creation of the Soviet Union. It traces the hidden connections between the Soviet Union, the British Labour Party, the Roman Catholic Church, and the Freemasons. Finally, it reveals the insidious perfidy of communist fellow travellers. Even now, within our own society, visitors will learn how to be on the alert for communist conspiracies and propaganda. The exhibition, which is free to the public, will continue through November 15th. Let's approve it. Screw it. Look at that picture. Oh my god. That is grim. Your baby's weight in tripe. Free. For anyone who doesn't know what tripe is, Google is your friend. Did you know that tripe is the perfect food for your perfect baby? It contains all the essentials. Your baby to your local butcher's, and he'll give you your baby's weight in tripe, free, courtesy of the English Tripe Guild.
It's also like jelly and custard and have that
Eat tripe, grow strong. Yeah, I know. Remember to turn in your automotive. Colonel von Stauffenberg, it's him again, reminds citizens that all private automotives have been requisitioned by the municipal authorities on behalf of the Imperial German Army and must be turned in by October 2nd. Interesting point. So this is August 22nd, 1945. It is literally about a month after the end of the Second World War, and they're referring to the Imperial German Army. Historically, Germany was split up into several parts, and you had East and West Germany. The fact that you have the Imperial German Army implies that did not happen. It implies that the German army is part of an empire. I'm wondering if the sort of post-Second World War thing they're going for is that Germany successfully conquered much of Europe, and they're going for that angle. And then they're using, but they're still at war with Russia. So the end of the Second World War, put it in inverted commas, was Germany's conquering of at least Western Europe. Anyway, And must be turned in by October 2nd. Owners are to bring their vehicles, which must contain at least 1/4 full tank of petrol, to the train station. To reduce queues, vehicles with licence plates ending in 1 and 2 may be turned in on Monday, 3 and 4 on Tuesday, 5, 6 Wednesday, and so on. A fine of £100 will be levied against the registered owner of any automotive not turned in by that date. The fine for an empty petrol tank is a tenner. Owners with a current municipal exemption, of course, are not required to participate. A tenner at the time for a tank of petrol is utter daylight robbery. Petrol is that expensive? I guess it's possible. Germany was running out of fuel toward the end of the Second World War. Let's approve it. The other take, of course, is that at the beginning of the Second World War, there was some appeasement of Nazi Germany. Maybe they're going with that appeasement went further, and so the UK allied with Germany during the war. I don't know. Sorry, I'm occasionally having a drink because voice. Share the Meat, June 21st, 1947. While we are waiting for cattle stores to recover across the bridge, remember to consume meat responsibly. Share out rations with your neighbour. Make sure you get stuff off the bone and eat scraps and whatnot. Sally Boyle has been something the junior field commander of the 1946 Battle of Something, which takes place this something. She will lead the annual something parade, accompanied by Mary Boyle. She replaced 1945 field commander Felicity Something of Locksbrook Road. Battle of Flowers dates back to then, when participants in the parade decided this has become a tradition. We're also proud of our flowers, I guess, says Mrs. Boyle. Following has been a real help to us. Way, Mrs. Boyle, because I can only read some of it because the edges are chopped off. Screw it, let's just approve it. Seeing as I don't know what the strict conditions for approval are. And this is probably the last one. Police arrest 4 in breeder riot. Okay. 6th of November 1951. One man, Ranulph Alderley, and 3 unnamed women were arrested in what the police are calling another breeder riot Sunday night. The victim, Mrs. Anne McCutcheon, appears to be in stable condition, as is her husband, Mr. Cyril McCutcheon. There is no word yet on the condition of her baby, whose birth is not expected for another 2 months. So were these people attacking a woman who was pregnant? The arresting officer, PC John Constable, stated it is dangerous for women who are in a family way to strut their condition about. Frankly, it sets people off when decent folk are doing their level best to forget. Forget what? So the children were all registered, but then what? Let's censor that one. Interesting. Right, I'm going to take my power cell back. And let's actually get out of here. I've spent ages in just these few offices, I know. But I'm fascinated, bro.
No, leave me alone. I took my joy. No, leave me alone. No.
Oh my god, what the hell is that?
Oh, hi, Arthur.
Oh my god, okay. Did he just get forcibly injected with liquid joy or something? Jeez.
We
Central
seem to be a bit
processing.
behind in our work now that you mention it.
Holy crap. And I thought I had stacks of marking to do. Anyway. Yeah. Who is that creep in the trench coat and... I mean, I assume we've all got this weird-ass mask on. Like... Where is everyone?
Clover and Dandelion are smashing sources of vitamin C. And they're all around us. In fact, I think it's safe to say that just about anything
There was a party going on, I guess. This place is tip.
I never noticed that. We should fix that, or empty the bucket at least.
And remember, no matter what, make sure.
Is this because...
There's no excuse anymore for feeling bad. Well, I'm afraid it's time to get our time. Tune in again next time and we'll talk about malaria. It's as bad as it sounds. Most people survive it. This is Dr. Jack Worthing saying my prescription for you is stay well, well, well.
I mean, this place is shitty.
Well, well, well. The show where we talk about how to be your physical best. Now, some of you have written in about feeling malaise and lethargy. Now, these are vague symptoms, and the first thing I can recommend to you is, if you're feeling a bit down in the dumps, pop another joy. Everybody wakes up feeling a little bit down sometimes. I call it waking down. And all you need to know is that you never have to feel bad about feeling bad. In fact, you don't have to put up with it at all. Being in Wellington Wells means never having to say, I'm sorry. Now, thanks to modern English science, we have the perfect fix for the blahs. Never be afraid to up your joy. Only you know how much you need, or just ask a doctor and he'll fix you right up. Even if you've got to ask him to. But look, there are some things that joy won't fix, though it will certainly make you feel better about it. Let's say you feel perfectly happy, but you're just having a lot of trouble getting out of bed. What could it be? Ask yourself a few questions. Do you feel pain in your bones? Are you having trouble catching your breath? Do you find that you bruise easily? Are your teeth a little loose in their sockets and you're under 70 years old? Is your mouth often dry? Do you have scorbutic tongue? Other symptoms you might have are red or purple spots on the skin, especially on your legs that look like this. Do you find your muscles are sore even when you haven't been overusing them? Well, you may have scurvy. And congratulations, this is one of our traditional English enemies. And like all traditional English enemies, we've beat it before, yes, and we'll beat it again. As you know, England has traditionally ruled the seas. Rule, Britannia, Britannia rules the waves. Britons never, never, never shall be slaves. And that means that our ships have traditionally been out at sea for long stretches at a time. Sailors used to eat nothing but ship's biscuits and salt pork. I could do with some salt pork right now. But if you eat nothing but, you're going to get thin. You see, your body needs vitamin C. But biscuits and salt pork don't have any vitamin C. So sailors and long English voyagers would get sick. And they didn't have joy to make them feel any better either. Well, a lot of Englishmen put their scientific brains to the challenge, and it was soon discovered that fresh vegetables would cure the problem right away. But how do you get fresh veg on board a boat that's not going to dock for months? Well, Captain James Cook discovered that if he took limes on board, it could cure the sailors. How do you get sailors to drink lime juice? Well, you put it in their rum, don't you? They're not going to give up their rum, are they? Even if it tastes a bit limey. And once they were drinking their daily rum with lime juice, they got to liking it. That was called grog. Yes, and that's why we Brits are called limeys, because we learned to put limes in our grog. Citrus fruits are just packed with vitamin C. So, why are you getting scurvy when you're not on a boat? Well, I'm afraid some of you have been a bit naughty. You're eating bread and meat and you're not having your traditional English 2 veg. Some of you aren't even eating your potatoes. Imagine that. Well, bread does not contain vitamin C. And if you're eating millet bread or moss cakes, they taste perfectly acceptable. They're not good sources of the sea. And I'm sad to say, though, after having quite a taste for it, victory meat does not contain any vitamin C at all. Canned and preserved meats are generally very poor sources of vitamin C. Now, if you were on Captain Cook's ship discovering Australia, New Zealand, and Hawaii, you just have a bit of grog and, well, it'd be right as English rain. But you probably haven't seen a lime or an orange or a lemon in a few years, and, well, neither
And have I. Not to worry. Most fresh meat contains vitamin C too. Lucky rats, they make their own vitamin C. So, if you can get some fresh meat at the butcher, you're all set. And if you can't get fresh meat, then most fresh veg contains lots of vitamin C. Now you're going to have to restrain your cooking instincts a bit, because if you boil veg until they're nice and gummy, you'll boil out all the C. So, make sure you eat some of your veg fresh. Ah, can't get fresh veg? Remember, lots of weeds contain vitamin C. Scurvy grass is named for stopping scurvy in its tracks. Sorrel has 48 milligrams of vitamin C for every 100 grams you eat. Chicory has 24. Clover and dandelion are smashing sources of vitamin C. And they're all around us. In fact, I think it's safe to say that just about anything that's green and grows in the ground contains some vitamin C. So in a pinch, go down to the neighbors and ask if they'd mind terribly if you ate their tulips. I'm sure they'd be reasonable. And remember, no matter what, make sure you're taking enough joy. There's no excuse anymore for feeling bad. You don't have to. Well, I'm afraid we've come to the end of our time. Tune in again next time and we'll talk about malaria. It's not nearly as bad as it sounds.
Malaria?
Most people survive it. This is this is Dr. Jack Worthing saying my prescription for you is stay well, well, well.
Dr. Jack Worthing. So, okay, I don't remember anyone saying or ever hearing that scurvy was a particular problem during the Second World War. So I'm not sure why it would be a particular problem now. But I could be wrong, maybe it was. And the fact that the character you're playing just comes into this room and goes, he never noticed how much of an utter shit heap it was, does seem to imply that, I mean, it's just left like this and no one notices because they're drugged up to the eyeballs.
There you are. You nearly missed the piñata. It's the most adorable Spanish custom. Uncle Jack did a whole show about it. You smash it until all the candy comes out. Come on, hit it! Hit it!
She's got a riding crop as well. Okay.
Give it a whack! Hit it!
Why was there red stuff? Oh god, okay. The hell?
You are off your joy. Take one of mine. Oh my lord. He's a downer. Call security. We've got a downer.
Okay, this has gone shit wrong really quickly.
Probably a bad time to ask for that raise.
Oh fuck. Oh, that was wrong and nasty. Crap!
Got a downer here, haven't we? Put that down! I'll fix you!
Well,
It's not
shit.
gas. Flaming Nora. Forget him, there's no time.
Okay, that was a thing. I must admit, I was wondering why when that person was hitting the piñata, it seemed really flexible rather than just smashing. If it was an animal, that would make more sense. Oh my god. Okay. So I'm now a wanted man because it's illegal to see the world as it is. Right. Wellington Underground was added to your journal. Find a way up and out. So that gives me... Where the hell am I? Somewhere under the Garden District, I think. I suppose I won't know until I can get topside. I need to find some way up and out. October 10, 64 at 7 AM. Okay, I guess the game starts proper now. Spacebar, untracking counter, tab, close menu. What's F and Q? Maybe they're not working yet. Don't really have anything at all on me except some jerky which I can eat to get rid of the hunger, a bit of lead pipe, only somewhat helpful in convincing people to lie down. I'm a bit hungry. No, my health isn't great. I'm okay for the other things at the moment. Alright, what a Q? Aha! And what's F? Ah, Q is to get my weapon out. What's F? F doesn't have anything associated with it at the moment. Okay. Wear your safety helmet and gloves at all times. Yeah, that's really going to help, isn't it? I'm just going to go around here first before I go the direction I'm supposed to go. Open maintenance door. It's
Those
sealed.
bobbies seem to have locked me in. I suppose they were worried about the gas.
Author-
Terribly thoughtful of them.
Authorized personnel only. Keep off tracks. Danger high voltage. What tracks? Why would there be high voltage? What is this? Okay, I guess I go down here then. Do not open authorized personnel only. Crap. What was this place? And I locked the door behind me so people can't follow me. Seemed prudent. Hopefully it doesn't bite me on the arse. Nothing in there. God damn it. Parts storage.
Dear Uncle Jack, I haven't been feeling entirely well these past few days. I feel rather tired, and it's hard to get out of bed. So, I asked my husband to get this letter for you. Oh dear, I hope this isn't going to be a medical question. I've already called the doctors once today. No it isn't. I've noticed an odd thing. On the roof across from my bedroom, I've noticed an awful lot of chickens. They just fly up there and watch me through my open window.
Just going to turn that off for now. So I've picked up some stuff, which means I can start making things. So that's a crafting aspect. So again, we're back to being a bit like Don't Starve. You can do that at mechanical crafting stations. Okay, cool. Search fridge. There's nothing in it. Can I pick? No, okay. Let's put the radio back on.
And this one is from Cedric Tullett of Oldfield Park. Dear Uncle Jack, this morning I was cleaning up my house and I came across a box of military medals. I'm pretty sure they're my military medals because my father was never in the war because he had a bit of a limp. So they must be mine. I'd like to know what they're for. All I remember during the war was retreating and then the surrender. And then we all took off our uniforms. That's all I can remember. So how could I have even won one medal? Well, thank you for the very poignant questions, Mr. Tullett. And I, for one, salute you during your service during the war, sir. And I think I can assure you that the next war will be a string of English victories like you've never even imagined. After all, as we all know, the English always win in the end. Good. And I'm afraid we've got to the end of our time. I do hope that you found these letters not only interesting.
Everybody's a winner at Simon Says. Oh.
Keep those letters coming. In fact, with Victory Day coming up, please let me know how you're planning to spend the holiday, and the reader with the most amazing plans shall win a prize.
Okay, so the human went up and the entire village chased after these joyless... Wait, hang on.
Jack Worthing saying,
The Hamlin Village Weekly Simon Says game offered more than the usual entertainment last Friday. Town was reaching its usual pitch with contestants moving out left and right. Suddenly, alert villagers noted a small sort of wastrels sneaking up from the direction of the garden district. They will presumably take advantage of the absence of villagers from their homes and shops in order to steal their town. Ah, they went cry and they went after these joyless malcontents. So although no prize could be awarded, since no one could remember who was still in the game, everyone was a winner. The break-in seems to have resulted from a temporary failure in a diagnostic kiosk on the bridge. The bridge has been fixed, so future games, as Simon says, can go ahead undisturbed. Oh my god, the drivel here.
Well, look at you. What are you doing?
Okay.
Right. I'm talking to you. What on earth are you doing?
Bathroom. Lavatory. There are bogs at the beginning of Bioshock as well. Search toilet. Seriously? I got cloth scraps. Yay! That one was empty. So's that one. Good. Oh no, that's still the bog. Ooh, medical supplies. Yoink. Oh. Bandage. That'll make me thirsty. Part of me is going, there's a thirst meter. Is there a I need a piss meter as well? No, I don't need to drink. Empty pill bottle, yoink. Don't need to drink. Don't need to drink. Happy smiley faces. Oh, medical cabinets. Yay, antiseptic. Antibacterial bandage is now available in your journal. Woot woot! That sounds like it could actually be useful. Healing balm, yoink. First aid kit is now available. Advanced first aid kit is now available. Sweet! See if I can make some of this stuff. Right. Okay, so I'm not going to make a dirty bandage yet. I'm going to take a risk and hold out until I get some booze. Then I can make a non-dirty bandage, hopefully. And having found a safe space, I think I'm actually going to call it there for now. Because I wasn't able to play for a long time right at the moment. But I will come back to this. It is really good fun. Apologies if anyone found me like reading absolutely everything to be really tedious. I'm sorry about that. But yes, I will come back to this. So I hope you enjoyed that first outing in Wellington Wells. If you did, by all means feel free to catch some of my other games that I've played or whatever. And either way, enjoy what you're doing, and I'll catch you in another video. Ciao, ciao.